How deep can bunker buster bombs actually go? For most of modern military history, the safest place on Earth was underground. As bombs became more powerful, generals responded the same way every time. They dug deeper. During the Second World War, command bunkers were buried a few meters beneath cities. When those were destroyed, Cold War planners went further, carving facilities into mountains, sealing them behind meters of rock and reinforced concrete. By the early 21st century, some military installations were hidden hundreds of feet below the surface, protected by geology itself. The logic was simple. No conventional bomb could reach them. But gravity has no respect for concrete. Modern bunker buster bombs are not designed to explode on impact. They are designed to fall, to accelerate, and to strike the earth with such force that the ground itself becomes part of the weapon. When a penetrator bomb is released from high altitude, it does not glide or slow down. It drops almost vertically, converting altitude into speed. By the time it reaches the surface, it is traveling fast enough that its hardened steel body behaves less like a bomb and more like a massive kinetic projectile. The first layer, soil, is easy. Then comes rock, then concrete. Unlike traditional bombs, bunker busters delay detonation. Internal fuses are programmed not to trigger until the weapon senses it has reached a specific depth or has slowed to a calculated point. Every additional meter underground increases the pressure surrounding the explosion, trapping the energy and amplifying its destructive effect. This is why depth alone does not guarantee safety. Smaller bunker busters, like those developed during the late Cold War, were designed to defeat aircraft shelters and shallow underground facilities. These weapons could punch through several feet of reinforced concrete, enough to destroy hangars, storage vaults, and command rooms just below the surface. But militaries adapted. Facilities moved deeper. Walls became thicker. Concrete mixes were redesigned to absorb shock rather than crack. So the weapons evolved again. Heavier penetrators were built with thicker casings and denser materials. Their explosive payloads were smaller relative to their total mass because penetration mattered more than blast radius. The goal was no longer to destroy the entrance, but to reach the heart of the structure itself. By the early 2000s, the focus shifted toward deeply buried targets, leadership bunkers, weapon storage sites, and fortified command centers hidden under mountains or layered geological formations. This led to the development of the largest conventional bunker buster ever deployed. Unlike earlier weapons, this bomb was not intended for general use. It had a single mission: destroy targets that planners believed were otherwise unreachable. Weighing nearly 30,000 pounds, this penetrator relies on mass and velocity rather than sheer explosive force. Dropped from high altitude by stealth aircraft, it strikes the ground at extreme speed, driving itself deep underground before detonating. Publicly available estimates suggest that such weapons can penetrate up to roughly 200 feet underground in favorable conditions, particularly through soil and softer rock. Against reinforced concrete, penetration is significantly less, often measured in tens of feet rather than hundreds. But even that is enough to compromise structures once thought invulnerable. The key detail is material. Earth is forgiving. Concrete is not. Dry soil allows deeper penetration. Hard rock resists more effectively. Reinforced concrete, especially modern ultra-high-performance mixes, can sharply reduce depth, but only if the bomb does not strike repeatedly at the same point. This is where modern targeting changes the equation. Bunker busters are guided. They are not dropped blindly. Precision guidance allows planners to strike the same location multiple times, each impact weakening the structure below. The first strike fractures concrete. The second drives deeper. The third exploits the damage already done. Eventually, the bunker does not fail because it is hit. It fails because it collapses. Even if the bomb does not detonate directly inside the command chamber, the underground shockwave can be enough. Pressure travels through tunnels, ventilation shafts, and support columns. Floors buckle, walls shear, equipment is torn from mounts, air is displaced violently, making survival unlikely even in intact sections. This is why modern bunker design has shifted away from a single deep chamber. Facilities now rely on redundancy, multiple separated rooms, shock isolation systems, and complex layouts intended to absorb energy unevenly. But complexity has limits. No underground structure is immune to physics. Mass, speed, and gravity always win eventually. The deeper a bunker is built, the more planners assume it is safe. But depth is only one variable. Geology matters. Concrete quality matters. Angle of impact matters. And above all, accuracy matters. In modern warfare, bunker-buster bombs are not about destroying cities or flattening landscapes. They are about denying sanctuary, about removing the assumption that going underground guarantees survival. The question is no longer whether bunker busters can reach deep targets. The question is how much deeper anyone can realistically go before the Earth itself becomes a trap.